stream. May or may not have slept in, you know. But hey, you can't blame me for that, right? You can't. Nah, it's all fine. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I think like we're gonna have an interesting show, a little bit different than how we normally do it. You know what? Hmm. Okay, we're gonna play one more song. We're gonna play one more song, and then we'll start. Okay. Andrew Tate. The last time we talked to him, he had his Instagram and he had his Facebook taken away. He already had his Twitter taken away a couple years ago, right? Well, now his TikTok's been taken away from him. He's been banned off Twitch, meaning that Twitch streamers can no longer have him on their platform, and their YouTube channel has been taken away. And rumor has it that they're going to attempt to take down the clips of him too, at least on TikTok's end. So this is gonna be interesting. As you know, a lot of the Andrew Tate push came from places like Aiden Ross and several other podcasts he was on. Now this doesn't affect, I think, Fresh and Fit, because Fresh and Fit, I think, mainly is on the YouTube platform. And as we all know, on YouTube, if you're on a channel that someone else is hosting, then that channel will not be taken down. This is what happened with Keemstar, because, for the longest time, Keemstar technically did not own Drama Alert. And who else was it? Alex Jones appears on a couple of streams every now and then. It's just Like I've seen people like 100% like take this one way or the other, right? Where it's like, no, we have to celebrate this, or like, no, like this is an absolute, you know. Um, there was a video that surfaced. Um, now what they're saying is apparently he is like, what's the official reasoning for it? Apparently he is like violating their harassment guidelines for several of these platforms. And clearly this is like a targeted thing. Now if we're speaking purely on that aspect, right? We're speaking on that, then I would personally I personally would feel that it probably wouldn't be the best to kick him off the platform. If it's for the reason that we discussed on the Dead on Dave podcast, then it might be because of the leaked videos where he was beating his partner. Now, Tate, I know there are two videos. I don't think the other girl has come out about it, but the first video, Tate says it was kink roleplay. The girl says it was kink roleplay, so we have to take it as that. Now the other thing is, it if like that's the that was a leaked tape that got him kicked off of Big Brother, the UK version specifically. It's, how do I put this? Like, if it is just a kink, if it was just a kink roleplay thing that got leaked, but then he really shouldn't be banned off platforms for it, especially if he didn't upload it to sites like YouTube. But Tate's an interesting guy. Let me tell you, he's an interesting fellow. I didn't know that him and his brother actually did have like a YouTube channel. I thought it was all like fan run and everything. I thought, apparently they had a Twitch account too. They had a Twitch account that got banned. Speaking of Twitch, starting today, you are now allowed to create live content on other platforms. This means that you have more flexibility to explore how to use different off-platform features to further build your community and interact with streamers off Twitch. We have first developed a partner program. We felt it was important for streamers to focus solely on Twitch for live streaming to build their communities. We still believe that Twitch is the best place for streamers to build and engage with their audience. We recognize that digital landscape has changed since we first introduced the partner program, and many of you engage with your communities in many different places. So we are updating our policies that we are no longer enforcing this portion of your agreement, and we'll be updating the terms early next year. All right, so they're getting rid of the exclusive clause. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting for them to do. That's kind of interesting. What I want to also talk about is, it's just, and I would love to have I would love to have someone else on to talk about this with. I know Riveter tried to come in swinging with, you know, the absolutist thing, because, you know, he's a free speech absolutist. His stomach kind of turned though when he saw the video. I don't think anyone is defending him as a person. Let me be clear. No one, a large majority of people who aren't his fan base are defending him, not because they're fans of him or anything like that. They defend him because of like free speech online. Like, one thing that I saw one thing I saw was so, so, sorry, I'm still trying to wake up. Abby Blackbird, have you watched Muda on Andrew Tate or Optimus's video? His original band. I minimum recommend. Also, I know I got banded on Facebook /Insta 2022. Tate is nothing special. Well, Tate is banned. Well, you probably actually did violate terms of service if you got banned, but he's banned because of the platform he has, because of the influence he has, because I don't know whether this is true or not, but everyone's pointing to this story. Apparently, a school teacher saw boys in her classroom make fun of girls and say that they're stupid and all that, and apparently they learned that from Andrew Tate. Now here's the thing, guys. I know it's been a while for some of you. It's been a while for many of us, you know, who have been in elementary school. But you know, here's the thing. Boys in elementary school will always make fun of girls. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Because oh god, the feud between the corner. sorry, I'm scrolling through Twitter. Sorry. It's just weird. I know. Actually, Matt sent me a whole bunch of stuff last night. Let me get the first article up. This is just. I would like to have the stance that we shouldn't ban people. Same thing with Dave. It's just okay. Andrew Tate, an influencer and former professional boxer, known for his misogynistic remarks, has been banned from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, confirmed to the NPR that Tate has been banned from the platforms for violating its policies regarding dangerous individuals and organizations and hate speech. Tate, 35, has garnered 4.7 million followers on Instagram before Meta took down his official account. TikTok told NPR that the company has permanently banned Tate's account. Misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok. But hey, you know, you can post porn on there, no problem whatsoever. Our investigation into this content is ongoing as we continue to remove violative accounts and pursue measures to strengthen our enforcement, including our detection models against this type of content. Tate drew internet fame after being removed from the show Big Brother in 2016 following the video that surfaced of him allegedly attacking a woman, according to the BBC. Tate claims that the video was a total lie that tried to make him look bad and was edited. The BBC reported the influencer was permanently suspended from Twitter in 2017 after tweeting that the woman who was sexually assaulted bears some responsibility, according to the NBC News. Ah, Jesus. You see that last part there? That last part's why it's like, you're a scumbag. Yeah, like these people are. What's interesting is it's. I would love to have the same stance as Riveter. You know, it's like, yeah, free speech absolutism, but you know. Here's a tweet by Keemstar. Since Andrew Tate since Friday has been banned off Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now his YouTube channel not loading. And I saw a bunch of people saying, "Oh, this is a rare YouTube W. YouTube did a good thing here, yada yada yada." Look, if the video that's out, it's him claiming it's him claiming that him and the girl consented to a role play kink. All right, and the girl confirms this too. So you can't ban him off that. And then, especially when like that wasn't uploaded to your platform. And then, in terms of like his actual investigation, you know, it's that's an ongoing investigation about if he allegedly sex trafficked or not. Like that, it's an ongoing investigation, and I don't think YouTube has taken a stance before that they don't like ban YouTube channels off like investigations. So it's interesting. I mean, Alex Jones was totally wrong. The frogs were, says Abby Blackbird. Yeah, let me get the Willie Mac video pulled up actually, because he kind of did like a Twitter rant thing on it. Let me pull it up on screen here. All right, there we go.
Leafy, grade, Keemstar, Halo lobbies, Call of Duty lobbies, but Andrew Tate, he was too far. He comes and says some crazy shit about how many men women can fuck, and everyone freaks the fuck out. We gotta ban him. Come on, dude. Is that seriously? Is it the state of the internet? We're that fucking soft now? I don't know. This whole path we're on, where anytime we got a crazy person saying crazy shit, means we just gotta ban them, because otherwise they're leading the youth down a pipeline. They're leading the youth to extremism. It's fucking fear-mongering. You're all a bunch of Karens. You're like the Christians that banned Grand Theft Auto in back in the day, that tried to go against that shit. You're fucking lame. Learn to argue. Learn to have a conversation.
I do agree with him with that. Like in terms of like the absurdist stuff he says on podcasts and like on like the rare chance he does do a video, it like, yeah, I mean it's dog crap. Like 95% of what he says, right? But does that mean we have to ban him from the site? You know, that's where like I have a hard time. That's where I have a hard time drawing it. I know like people like Ethan Klein have been celebrating his ban because, you know, like Ethan, you know, remember when he used to actually like defend people on the platform? You know, he used to defend freedom of speech. Now he just defends his own freedom of speech. Like, here's the thing. Remember the whole women need to be conquered thing by him? Well, you know, by this logic, I think Ethan Klein would probably, you know, that's misogynistic comment. Should he or should he not get banned for it? Now, obviously, don't think people should argue for Ethan Klein to be banned to any degree for past jokes, current jokes, or whatever. But the thing is, it's always rules for thee, but not for me. Look at this. Good news, Andrew Tate was banned on TikTok. The bad news, he's gonna go back to webcams. He's gonna go back to human trafficking women in his webcam sex slave dungeon. Now, obviously, I think he's trying to make somewhat of a joke there, but I don't think he's really kidding that much. I think he legitimately believes that he did the sex trafficking thing. And granted, he did move to a country with lessened sexual assault laws. The thing is, it's not confirmed or not yet. Like, I don't know. I have a hard time making a definitive statement on it if it's just being investigated, you know? I've read the article talking about that, and like the article was weird. It focused less on the human trafficking aspect and it focused more on the fact that he supported Trump. You know, call me crazy, but you know, when someone's being investigated for for sex trafficking. I want to hear more about that rather than whether or not the guy supported Trump, you know? Also, what's up, Moon Hag? How you doing? Hope you're having a lovely day. Same with you, Abby Blackbird. But yeah, let me get the H3H3 podcast pulled up because they did do a show on it. They did do a show. And my God. Oh yeah, Andrew Tate was banned off TikTok, and yeah, you get to see Ethan's smug face. It's H3 TV, H3 TV, episode 48, It's 3 TV. There's legit no difference between this show and his other shows. Legit no difference. Like why? It's just a it's an even lazier version of his podcast. That's all it is. Do they have timestamps? They don't have the timestamps. Come on. You do better. Do better, Ethan. Okay. Let's all right, let's see what he has to say here.
Flash Gordon? The fuck?
That's
Come on. Where do you talk about him?
Hello.
Hey, B Spot, you're just there. So how are you? How you doing? You're in this. You're there with Love now.
Yeah, I'm happy to be sitting with the cool kids today.
I know. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Glad that you joined us.
Woo!
Well, okay. I know this is rich coming from me, but granted, this is a solo show. This is a solo show, right? What? Why is there so much dead air when there's like 15 people on this podcast?
And then what the fuck do you have to say to us?
Yeah.
Olivia.
Exactly. That's my favorite part. All these people we're going to show you are men.
I don't give a fuck about what you have to say about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, we got the thing now. It's like, if you're a man with an opinion on this, you need to shut up. You need to shut up.
Sorry, I'm so mad.
No, I'm glad to see that because it's like so far I don't see. It's like the women's opinion on this is not floating to the top.
You want the woman's opinion? Check out Xylee. Xylee's been covering Andrew Tate for quite a long time, and you know what? I respect her opinion on it because her stance isn't like a moral outrage thing. It's she's not necessarily she's not celebrating, but at the same time she's not going out of her way to help him, which I understand to have that kind of point, right? For me, it's you're making the like I think Repzilla said it best. You're kind of making this guy a martyr by saying by banning him off these platforms because essentially you're giving credence that he's like because like people buy into the narrative of they try to silence the truth, right? And so the crazy Andrew Tate followers who already believe his BS are going to say, oh my God, they're trying to ban the truth. We got to spread it more now. Or some crap like that, right? The same thing with the Alex Jones people. But yeah.
It's just dude being like, this is censorship.
Yep.
I mean, it is censorship. Like, whether or not you agree or disagree with what Andrew Tate says, it is censorship. There's no doubt about that. Now, for some people, it's good censorship. For other people, it's bad censorship because people have that moral lining. But yeah, have you seen Oompa Loompa's Andrew Tate interview? I have not, but I heard it's a good one.
Let's fucking let the women speak on this issue.
Okay. Shut up, Ethan. Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking? You're not a woman. Why are you talking about this then? In fact, this show should not even have any men on it. I think this should be a women's only show. I think Gila she needs to be in the driver's seat. All the women employees of H3H3 need to be on this show. So, yeah, you need to shut up, Ethan, and all the rest of the men who are on this podcast then. You're saying this is a women's issue, so Why are you speaking your mind? Why? You think it's good because you're an ally? No, you're still a man. This is like you said, this is a woman's issue. So why are you talking? Why are you talking, Ethan?
Right. But again, I think Mudahar's a good guy, and also he made a video like recently that is a really good expose on Andrew. So I think a lot of these people like Mudahar, they just get caught up with like wanting to be on the right side of something, and I just think
It's just clear at this point that like it's dangerous.
yes.
How is it dangerous? Explain how it's dangerous. No one can explain how he's dangerous.
Clearly it's dangerous with all of the expose that he's getting. Like, no. Things are getting worse and he shouldn't have more exposure.
That is so true.
Yeah. What James said.
Rare James W.
Abba and Preach, these guys are fucking idiots. Andrew Tate is banned.
Oh, you don't like Abba and Breach? You don't like two black men? You don't like two black men, Ethan? It's because they said Hassan and you were racist for your take on a black man couldn't talk about the KKK. Do you not like Abba and Preach? Do you not like Abba and Preach, buddy? Do you not like two? You don't like two successful black men, do you? Not unless they're working for your show, of course, because apparently you do have like one black employee that I've never seen on your show, Ethan. How come you don't let your one black employee on your show? Huh. Maybe you're a little bit racist there, huh? After all, you tend to be very argumentative towards the black people that you have. I mean, Andrew Tate is mixed race. His father was black. So, I mean, Ethan's aggression towards black people, it's it could be very dangerous, We might have to look into this.
Censorship will backfire. No, it won't. Oh my God, dude. Again, more fucking men telling women, don't ban him. The censorship will backfire. Let's watch it backfire. He's going to disappear in the next month. I guarantee it.
He was going to... Well, here's the thing, right? Andrew Tate was going to disappear. He was going to disappear. he was going to disappear eventually. That's the thing. People forget. He was going to disappear because these types of dudes, these like male guru figures, they don't last long. Like you have one that's popular for like 3-5 years and then gone.
I mean, how many people have been deplatformed that just disappeared off the face of the earth now? A lot.
No.
They're gonna go follow him to Cozy TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
enjoy it.
Nick Fuentes is still a thing. Alex Jones is still a thing.
400 viewers. Over
Enjoy
at
your
Cozy TV.
400 views on your Gab newsletter or whatever the fuck. What was it? The Left Camp meme? How many? He has like 400 views on their native platform. Now, did anyone actually watch this Abba and Preach shit? Abba and Preach, by the way, I've never really talked about them, but they made a video defending fucking Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, Ethan. Here's the thing, Ethan. You know why they were defending Fresh and Fit? It's because of bogus allegations that you platformed, and like, didn't you later admit that? Yeah, it was kind of BS.
Yeah, they did.
If you know anything, guys, if you know anything about Abba and Preach, is that they are very anti Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit several times has tried to copyright strike their videos. So yeah, they're not pro Fresh and Fit, but you did such a bad job with those allegations that yeah, they had to defend them. So you're just like broad stroking, oh yeah, they're massive Fresh and Fit defenders.
They have a lot of bad takes.
Yeah, it sucks. I've watched a few of their videos like earlier this year, and I thought they were hilarious.
Me too.
But then, like,
yeah,
deeper dive, it's like shit.
I actually had the same opinion, and I was really surprised when they're like, "Yo, Fresh and Fit."
I had the same opinion. Then they talked bad about me.
There's no evidence to accuse them.
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
But it's just a woman's account, so like.
Yeah, it's a woman's account that you were platforming. You didn't ask any questions, and you left it at that. So what are we automatically supposed to believe? When Abba and Preach say, yeah, there isn't enough evidence for it. Like what? What? Like what? Are we supposed to automatically believe her? Now we don't have to automatically discredit her either, but it's up to her to bring more evidence, right? And if she can't bring more evidence, then people come to the conclusion that they want, especially if there's a lack of evidence.
But anyway, whatever, that doesn't matter. But here they're doing the brave act, the defiant act of defending Andrew Tate. Such bravery.
This is the problem. You just look at the screenshot of the video and you go off that. Imagine if I just took, if you will, if I just looked at the thumbnail for this. Like, let me download the thumbnail real quick. Let me view. Look at that. Look, guys. We have we're looking at the thumbnail for we're looking at the thumbnail for the Ethan Klein video on Andrew Tate, and like you know, Ethan's kind of a bad guy, you know, like no. Like, no, this is stupid. Actually watch the video, you lazy content creator. How about you actually try to engage with their points? I think the problem is he wants to have like a stance, and then if he ends up watching their video, he might actually agree with them somewhat. Who knows? Who knows, guys? He's such a moron.
What is the psychological thing going here? Because all these guys are like, I don't agree with him, but it's like they want to present themselves as like the enlightened free speech warrior.
Yeah. A lot of people, you know, have strong opinions about free speech and Discord and what discourse and what should be allowed.
But I don't think they care, Dan. I think they just care about their
No, Mudahar cares. Amma and Preach definitely care. Again, CoffeeZilla, which I saw the screenshot that you have of his tweet. CoffeeZilla definitely cares. These are bad examples of you to say that these people don't care about free speech on the internet. If you look at like, I would say like 50, like at this point, like 50% of Mudahar's content is about free speech and freedom on the internet. Like, you can't say, oh, I think Muda just like really just cares about his perception. Like, nah, dog, nah.
Perception. Because if you cared about free speech, you would understand that it has nothing to do with YouTube in the first place.
That's right.
As a concept.
Oh, yeah, you see, well, like, technically speaking, YouTube is a private company, and, like, YouTube can have what they want. YouTube makes their own policies, you see, so it has nothing really to do with free speech. So, like, but you know what would happen? You know what would happen if H3 Podcasts, they got their whole channel taken down for let's say for like same thing, like violations of terms of service, right? You know how much of a fit Ethan would throw? He would throw a massive temper tantrum about it.
Well, free speech is a more broad philosophical idea rather than the type of free speech that's actually enshrined by law.
Well, I'd like to know what Abba and Preach think if the KKK had a YouTube channel.
One of them was
people.
just on the stream with the neo-Nazi
Nick
guy last week
Fuentes.
or whatever. So that I would say that they think that is fine.
That interview was so fucking crazy. I feel
I
like we
would
should
like
talk
to
about
see-
Oh, you watch it? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
easy
it's
to
so
say it's fine, you know what I mean? But it's a whole different thing when the KKK has they have a fucking million subscribers, they're getting a shitload of views, and people are joining the KKK. Everyone's thinking that this is a really good idea, this KKK thing. CoffeeZilla, who I don't think I've ever seen a bad take from him. He's really good. Oh, just to go back, like this idea that all censorship is bad. It's not. Like censorship.
Where in that title does it say all censorship is bad? Again, you haven't watched their video. In order to actually critique Abba and Preach's opinions, you would have to watch their video. Because guess what, guys? 90% of the time, I do titles for clickbait. It might not actually reflect my actual opinion on the issue, but you know, I'm gonna clickbait it. I'm gonna clickbait that video. So like, you can't just like go off a title. You can't. You have to actually engage with the video that you're trying to critique, you know? I think, and Abba and Preach don't care if you react to their video. They don't. They do reaction content themselves, so it'd be hypocritical for them to have that stance.
Is not always bad.
And in fact, you know what? I'm gonna do what Ethan apparently can't be asked to do. I'm gonna look up the Abba and Preach video. Because hey, you know what? Abba and Preach are very different individuals, so they might have a disagreement on this. So let's watch. Let's watch.
Putting pressure on TikTok to follow this example. They must act now to prevent further spread of these extremist views. He's banned from Instagram, Facebook, and very likely he's going to be banned from other places. So first off, I don't think this ban matters at all. I don't think it matters at all because I think their attempt is to like stop this person who in their eyes is like spreading misogyny. Even if that's how you view him and that's what you think he's doing, you haven't stopped whatever the movement he's coming from is. He's just a figurehead. Just a face.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a martyr. Exactly.
The issues between men and women, this gender-related war that exists in our society still goes on. There's gonna be somebody else who comes in his place, and that stuff will never change. The second reason why it doesn't matter is that he doesn't even spread his own videos. He doesn't have a YouTube channel where he's
yeah, this video is a couple days old, so they did get their YouTube channel taken down. They did get their Twitch taken down, right? But he's right in that aspect where it's like, well, the clips are spread, and they're meant to attract people to Hustlers University, and so. Okay, you can't have him on Twitch. You can't have him on TikTok. Okay, you can still have him on YouTube Shorts. You can still have him on the YouTube podcast channels. Live streaming on YouTube is on the rise right now. Like, I'm not a good example of it, but look at Chris the Narc, look at Rich from ViewTech USA, look at Tipster, look at Augie. Like, there are creators who have shown that YouTube streaming is way better than Twitch streaming.
He's spreading all this stuff. He doesn't have a TikTok channel where he's spreading stuff. It's random people who are spreading this stuff.
Who's posting this thing?
They're posting it. They're taking clips. They're posting it everywhere. They're getting interviews. Like, unless you ban all mention of this man, it is impossible to stop it.
And that's their stance. It's like, okay, you want to ban him? Okay, well then. How, like, what are you gonna do about the people who, like, literally the thousands of accounts who, like, spread his clips on the daily? Like, this is what happens. They all spread around the same exact, like, 100 clips every day. And then those clips get, like, hundreds of thousands of views.
But the minute that...
So they're gonna be in every comment section, reposting it on every channel, going, comment, take W, and guess what? You can't stop it. Unless you ban all mention of it beyond how dislikable he is. All right, let's take ourselves out of we hate this dude, okay? Or you hate this dude, or whoever hates this dude. I don't care. Think about what matters in this, which is all the young folks who gravitated towards his message. Were they all somebody who were put under a spell? Or were there a lot of societal issues that existed that created the perfect melting pot for someone like this to come to prominence? Whether you like it or not, be it Fresh and Fit, any of these red pill dudes, whatever you want to choose, what is it that makes people get drawn to them. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. When I did the other video, I'm like, listen, red pill for me, but I understand why it's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? You can hate these movements, you can be against them, but until you deal with the underlying societal problems that lead to these movements, everything else is just putting a band-aid on an infected wound. That's what it is. That's what it is. You're not coming to the concerns of any of these young men, which, whether you like it or not, Andrew Tate spoke to some degree. Well, why can't they choose a better? There are no better role models. I don't know how many times I have to say. I get so sick and tired.
Ethan's like, well, actually, I would say I'm a good role model. Like I said last night, Tate is a grade A asshole and jerk. However, people who are celebrating this while others side of their mouth disavowing DMCA strikes as an attempt to silence them.
Of fucking women just coming out of the woodwork to be like, well, they're better. What role models? Go ahead, point them out. Good luck. I'll wait. Because I've had people send me, and you know what? None of them have any advice that are useful in dating. Most of them have terrible advice, if any, okay? And they have little to no experience, so I don't really care to hear from them. So I want y'all to peep the whole formula. We didn't talk about what men were dealing with for a long time. It led to this. Now someone starts talking about it, you're like, don't speak about it. So now we're going back to the very point. They're like, don't plat for this person. Don't speak with them. I was like, well, people want these issues addressed. No, get somebody else. There's better role models. Okay, so let me ask you, where are all these positive role models that y'all been encouraging this entire time? Where are they? When have they rose to prominence? Why aren't they going viral? If there's so many good ones out there and you guys encourage them and support them and then they should be pushed up in these algorithms, how come it's never happened? Can anyone tell me? There's so many positive ones.
Don't look at me.
How come in the last 30 years of my fucking life?
Oh, look at that. Who is Derek Jenks? Relationship guru exposed for cheating on wife. Internet says blind leading the blind.
I've not seen a single one of these motherfuckers ever promoted on national television or anywhere else. How come no young men have ever gravitated towards these people? Can anybody tell me? I'll wait. Since there's so many, I'll wait. Tell me where these motherfuckers are at.
Oh, we got one.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
So I ask you, right? And this is the more important question, because get past the ban. The ban is just feel-good bullshit, okay? This doesn't change anything. How do you get to the real problems, which are the issues that men are facing that they feel are not being talked about? That's what I want to know.
Like, who puts himself in the... It's boys. They'll be fine. It's funny. It's really funny that they want men to talk. They want men to, like, to say what they got to say. And the minute we do, it's like, we hate. We this and that and the third. We can't have both, people. Like, we can't have both.
Today's video is brought to you by Ray.
All right. So I think we got the gist of Alabama Preach's opinion there. You know, like I said, I did what Ethan couldn't bear to do.
Right? Some things need to be censored. And again, everyone agrees with that. Okay? Everybody does.
The underlining issue is what needs to be censored. People agree that, like, there are things that go too far out of bounds, but what are these things that go out of bounds? This is where the censorship and free speech issues come in.
It's just a matter of where you draw the line. CoffeeZilla said, I dislike Tate, but kids are going to grow up thinking their only weapon against stupid ideas is deplatforming. You know, it just doesn't happen that often, the deplatforming.
It doesn't happen that often, you know. It doesn't happen that often. So, I mean, is it really a bad thing? Is it really a bad thing, says Ethan Klein?
And I mean, kids are growing up thinking that. I think more kids are growing up thinking that you can R-word a girl because they deserve it.
What? What? Do you have any idea how nuclear of a take that is? What? What kind of... Show me the sources. Show me the sources. Like, you and Papa Guts say we live in a rape culture. How are we living in a rape culture? I want to know. How are we living in that?
because of Andrew Tate. I don't know. I think this is a huge, broad generalization that sounds interesting, but I don't think it really is. I mean, how many people actually get deplatformed? It's like I can count it on my 2 hands. You know what I mean? And again, this isn't misinfo. This is a violent hate group.
A violent hate group. Okay, what did they do? What have they done that's violent? Have they bombed a building in the name of Andrew Tate? Are there gangs of Andrew Tate fans who just beat women on the regular, like they come out of the shadows and they beat women on the streets? Like what's violent about them? Your kids are growing up without a father every day. Goes to the F.
Are kids gonna think that? Are kids gonna think that about when ISIS's YouTube channel got banned? Deplatforming. It's just
you're comparing Andrew Tate to ISIS. Oh my god. You know the ISIS YouTube channel where actual like beheadings happened. You're comparing like a dude saying sexist remarks to beheadings. One is very extreme, Ethan. I don't know if you realize that or not. Like, no one was in the woodwork saying, well, you know, we have to, you know, the free speech platform, we have to defend ISIS. No one has ever defended, violent killings being banned off YouTube. No one has ever defended that.
guys. I don't think they're understanding what they're fucking talking about. They don't see.
I understand what I'm talking about, despite the fact that I refuse to watch any videos with them talking about them. Andrew Tate is the biggest douche in the world, but I don't think deplatforming him is the way to go. It's better to fight the douchebags by calling it out, having better ideas, and making fun of it. Exactly.
See it as a violent.
All you're doing is you're making him a martyr.
Honestly, they're men, and they can't stretch their imagination that far.
Yeah.
So what are you the magical exception, Ethan? Because you're the ally, Ethan? You're the magical exception. They're like, oh, you know, like these guys. You're like these Weasley like male feminist types who are like, oh yeah, you know, like I think all women are good. You know, would you please sleep with me? Would you please sleep with me?
Yeah, it's sad. They're framing it as like, well, I don't agree with him, rather than he is wrong and is not saying anything of value or that should even be entertained as like a valid opinion.
No one is entertaining him as a valid opinion. They make fun of him. Like, Ethan, do you not know? Do you not remember how the internet works? Do you not know how the internet works, dude? You started out making fun of people. Like, dude, you made fun of people like Andrew Tate, but you never called for their deplatforming.
It's not.
Yeah. I think that's the disconnect. These guys all are not seeing this as a violent hate group.
Okay, Ethan, if you're saying they're a violent hate group, it's up to you to point to instances where they have done violent things in the name of Andrew Tate. It's that simple.
That face when you're terrible at arguing, but you run a social media company. I mean, that face when men are being...
I exist outside of the Matrix.
That face... Oh, that's an interesting sound drop.
Saw that image and remembered I have the Matrix one.
This is men when women are being the victim of violent hate groups. This is what they have to say about it.
Why don't you just close your mouth?
Nothing.
That's what Keem said.
That's what.
Close. Ethan, you want to say, oh, men should really shut up on this issue. Well, then so should you. So should you, Ethan.
Keemstar says how to protect yourself. Whittian, that's no surprise. I mean, censorship in 4K. Andrew Tate has been banned. Yada, yada. I don't agree with him, but banning people because they say stuff you don't like is just straight soft. You mean like the KKK? Would you be down? Do you want the KKK or not?
You're really gonna do like, oh, but the KKK with Gideon, the guy who like had the balls to confront them, IRL. You don't have the balls, Ethan. You couldn't get off your chair.
Nazis or ISIS to have YouTube channels?
Okay, one, ISIS public beheadings ban. If the KKK filmed themselves beating someone and they uploaded that to YouTube, they get banned, no questions asked.
Or do you think that you just don't agree with ISIS?
You're creating a strongman argument here, Ethan. It's really pathetic. It really is pathetic what you're doing here.
They're just saying stuff you don't like. I don't think you would characterize it like that.
It's just a difference of opinion.
It's straight soft. The man is a hate group, okay? You're missing the fucking point. Jake Paul, I mean, how could bad take come from Jake Paul? I don't get it.
Nah, you're tripping.
This is the most surprising. Both of these statements are true. I don't agree with a lot of Tate's opinions. Oh, so he agrees with some.
Yeah, right.
That's nice. We have we have some overlap.
Yeah.
I don't agree with censorship. Yeah, so let's rewrite this.
Well, no, because you're gonna hyperbolic, dude. Yeah. Ethan's nothing but a coward. Ethan is nothing but an absolute coward. Like nothing from him surprises me. Not. This dude's utterly pathetic. Utterly and simply pathetic. Jesus Christ. There's not, you don't really need to react more there. He's doing stupid stuff. Nothing more, nothing less. Guys, okay, I think we're gonna end the show here. Cause Ethan can't be bothered to actually look at opposite opinions. He just looks at screenshots and says, "Oh well, no, this is clearly what they're thinking." Word vomit from the dude. Man has 15 people on his show, but there's always at least 5 seconds of dead air. Ethan, I may run a crappy podcast, but so do you, buddy. What's your excuse for it? I'm a dude who does this in his room as a hobby. What's your excuse, dude? You get thousands of dollars from doing this, and you can't be bothered to actually make your show entertaining because you gave up a long time ago. You're just going with the leftist opinion, so that way you can seem woke and progressive and really caring. But you're just a moron. Simple as that. You're just a moron. And quite frankly, I can't wait to see the day that you get censored and then you complain about it, because you've done a lot of stuff over the years, man. You've done a lot of stuff that's today cancel worthy. But yeah. Abby Blackboard really wants me to watch it. Get those likes. Yeah, exactly. Get those likes up, guys. Thanks for watching the show. I know it was a bit of a rough start. Bit of a rough start, but hey. Take care.